El Alamein Operation, was a battle of the North African campaign of World War II, during which British troops under the command of General Bernard Montgomery defeated the North African Italian-German forces of Field Marshal Erwin Rommel in October-November 1942. It is considered a decisive battle in the North African theater of World War II. As a result of the defeat of the Axis forces, their retreat from the continent began. On May 27, 1942, the Italo-German forces, commanded by Erwin Rommel, consisting of 11 divisions with 50 tanks and 90 self-propelled guns, launched an unexpected attack on the positions of the British 8th Army near El Alamein, Libya, and, after fierce 14-day battles, forced the British to retreat with heavy losses. On June 21, they captured Tobruk, taking 2 defending divisions, 25,000 men, prisoner, and the next day, the Italo-German commander was promoted to Field Marshal. The newly appointed Field Marshal stated that if he manages to seize Mersa Matruh in time, he will be in Alexandria or Cairo by June 30. Preparations for a crossing over the Nile have already begun in Italy. The conquest of Egypt was an extremely enticing goal for the Axis countries, as the closure of the Suez Canal significantly complicated communications for the Allies. Moreover, the German-Italian forces had prospects for advancing into the Middle East with its oil. The British considered such a development entirely possible and were developing plans for the defense of the Nile, a further retreat to Palestine, and even to Iraq. The British fleet was withdrawn from Alexandria to protect the Nile front, and the evacuation of Cairo began. Mersa Matruh fell on June 28. A day later the advanced units of the African Corps reached El Alamein, a strong position that had been prepared in advance by the British. The position was located 70 kilometers from Alexandria and stretched for 64 kilometers, with one flank against the Mediterranean Sea and the other against the Qattara Depression, making it almost impossible to bypass. It consisted of 4 fortified points, with the gaps between them occupied by mobile columns, formed from the troops that had retreated from Cyrenaica. On July 1, Rommel attempted to attack the British positions, but achieved only minor success. After several days of fighting, the British even attempted to launch a counteroffensive, which was also of little success. On July 10, Rommel, having reinforced his rear and the lagging Italian infantry units, launched a new offensive at El Alamein, but it was thwarted by a counterattack from the British, who had received reinforcements by that time. By July 27, the front stabilized.